Yo, what's up guys? Today, we're gonna be looking at a game that I've been playing on and off for many years now, and that's Killing Floor 2. This game has been out since 2016, but is it still worth playing? I'll let you know by going over things like the player count, updates, replayability, and my experience. If you don't know what this game is, Killing Floor 2 is a zombie killing wave-based FPS where you earn money and buy guns in between waves. That's the basis of what you need to know. Oh, and not to call the Zeds zombies. That's a noob move. A lot of people understandably compare this game to Call of Duty Zombies, and I do love me some COD Zombies, but there's a lot of things that make Killing Floor 2 very different from Zombies, and the first thing that keeps me coming back is all the different classes. Oh, my bad. I meant perks. But I really do enjoy the leveling system, and I have 100 hours on this game, and this is all I've done. Barely anything, which is good for replayability. I like to play as many classes as I can, and it's really fun to experiment and play with all these badass weapons. There's a perk and a weapon for everyone. Do you want to be a badass gunslinging cowboy? Then play Gunslinger. Do you want to burn everything to the ground? Then play Firebug. You want to be a good person for some reason and heal everybody? Then play Field Medic. I just really enjoy all the options and variety this game has to offer. My friend really likes to play Field Medic, so I feel more comfortable playing Commando or Support. The guns feel really good and satisfying, but it's probably more important that you and your team help each other out. Killing Floor 2 is best as a co-op game, and you should make sure you stick by your team and have a good combination of perks. This matters more the higher difficulty you are. It can just be so much fun to get through a difficult wave with the Field Medic healing everybody, and the Sharpshooter quickscoping the Zeds, and the Demolition is blowing everything up while in slow motion. Like, how is this not the coolest game ever? I always thought this game had a perfect combination of things that made it so fun and replayable. You can easily get over 100 hours of playtime if you enjoy the gameplay, especially if you have a friend to play with, not to mention all of the achievements and the workshop. Personally, I like going for achievements, so those 300 achievements look pretty appetizing, and don't get me started on the maps. I don't know how the pro veterans will feel about this one, but I've pretty much enjoyed all of the maps I've played on. Now that doesn't mean every map is good, that just means my experience with all the maps I've played so far were pretty good. I haven't played all of them yet, but I've seen enough attention to detail and interesting levels for me to say that they're good. I really like the concept of a map like The Descent and the announcer on the map Airship, or even the classic maps like Farmhouse and Zed Landing. It definitely helps that I play on and off, but I'm just not bored of these maps yet. And I didn't even mention the best part, which is this game having a workshop so you can play custom maps. You bored of the original maps? Fuck it, kill some Zeds in Bikini Bottom. Or maybe you would prefer a COD Zombies map. Fine, play on Noctur on Toten. You know what? We playing Mario now. This is what the workshop is capable of. But even on the original maps, it's fun to go for things like the collectibles and holding down a good camping spot, and I like when the rounds have an objective and switch up the gameplay, like when you have to defend those purple zones. You can also tell that the music and soundtrack fit the original maps and game very well. I'm not even a fan of metal or anything, but if Doom taught us anything, it's that badass gameplay and badass music is a good formula for a badass game. I like the tone this game goes for with how dark and sinister it can be, although if there can be one thing that takes away from the tone of this game, I'd guess it would be the customization and the monetization. You see, you can buy a lot of interesting items in the store, and there's mixed opinions on how people feel about this. Personally, I don't hate on the little cosmetics. Shit, I mean look at this chicken suit I bought because it was half off. Do you blame me? I can understand why someone wouldn't want cosmetics to ruin the vibe or tone of a game. Like, I appreciate World at War for how gritty and intense it is, and I wouldn't want silly cosmetics ruining that. But for a multiplayer game in this day and age, I think it depends the game and how far they go. In this case, I simply think the cosmetics are fun, and I only get them on sale. I actually really enjoyed going into the Steam market and buying skins for my favorite guns. It felt more personal and cheaper than buying most things in the store, kinda like a cheaper CSGO. Everything I'm mentioning so far in regards to the cosmetics and monetization is fine to me, but it gets a little tricky when we start mentioning the buyable weapons. Yeah, you can buy DLC weapons in the store that you can't unlock unless you buy them. Yeah, I do think this kinda sucks, but a part of me gets it. Now hear me out, hear me out. This is a cooperative shooter where if someone bought a stronger weapon that's better than your weapon, That helps you out. He is not your enemy. Why are you complaining? And here's the thing, if someone in your game bought any or all of the DLC weapons, you get to use them too. So if you mostly play with friends, only one of you has to get it. And the DLC weapons are good. But they're not to die for in my opinion. You know, not pay to win or anything. Don't worry. But this is where my confession has to come in. I feel a little guilty about it. But I bought the Armory Season Pass, which was $15, and I bought this little sentry gun for $7, both on sale, so I spent over $20 on DLCs when you can just get this game for less than half of that. As a Jew, I failed my people. And the sad part is, I don't regret it, bitch. How can I regret it when I get like 15 weapons for $1 each when these weapons cost $10 each when they came out? Never buy a new DLC weapon when it's $10, at least wait for a sale or wait until the season is over and buy the season pass. I hope the monetization doesn't get worse in the future, but at least there's some fairness in it, and things like the vault are a good free way of staying motivated to keep playing. I also don't mind supporting a game I've played for so many years now, and most of us still playing Killing Floor 2 are probably bigger fans of the game. But you might be surprised with how many people still play this game. I'm not saying it's a ton, but for me it's far from a dead game, especially being a co-op game. Here we can see the player count for the last year, and it seems to be doing just fine. Yeah, this game hasn't had a peak in a while, but I'm impressed with how well they've maintained having thousands of players, and this is just on Steam. I'm not even talking about other platforms. So sure, this game isn't at its peak, but to me it's far from dead. Even if this game had a few hundred players, I think it'd still be alright being a co-op game, but on top of that, this game is still getting updates. At least for now. I believe we're in the middle of a season pass, and they still have seasonal events. Like they recently had this one for a map called Rig with double XP, and it was just really fun. Those Christmas maps and events were the best back in the day. It seems like this game still gets updated, so I'm just glad this isn't some abandoned hidden gem with a few hundred people keeping it alive. In my opinion, Killing Floor 2 is doing well for itself. The community seems to be pretty cool, or people just doing their own thing. I'm mostly playing on lower difficulties to level up and get achievements, but when I do play on a harder difficulty, some teams seem like they have their shit together, and some people are just doing whatever. I enjoy playing by myself from time to time, but if you have a friend to play with, this game is just so much fun. So with all that, is there a reason you're not playing this game? You made it this far into the video, so you must be interested in something. Maybe it's me. I'm flattered, but this game is definitely worth a try if it's been a while, or if you never even tried it, especially if you like COD Zombies, then you'll love this game. I didn't even get into everything like the bosses and enemy types, which I think are very well done, even though some of the bosses are bullshit, but I mostly wanted to talk about this game still being worth it, and it can still be fun to discover certain things yourself, and I'm sure I forgot to mention something. Like, I randomly discovered how fun and laid back it is using a controller and relying on the aim assist. It sounds random, but I wanted to test out the controller support. It's pretty fun and a different way to play. I didn't experience everything this game has to offer, even at 100 hours, and I know I'm still a bit of a noob. I'm just telling you about my experience, but maybe I'll do a follow-up video if this one does well. I think there's a PvP mode and a few other things I need to try. But I appreciate you guys making it to the very end. That makes you way better than the other viewers. If you leave a like, then that just makes you a good person, and you might as well since you made it this far. I'm just leaving my opinion and making my own little mark on this classic game. It's not that serious, but if I forgot something or if you hate me in my opinion, then be sure to leave a comment and let's get a discussion going, and I might even give your comment that little heart. You can check on the screen for some of my other videos if you want to keep this party going. On my second channel, I made some shorts for Killing Floor 2, and who knows, I might go back and make a video on Killing Floor 1. But either way, thanks for watching. Peace.